Do you have the force of will to do the things that you know you should do? This is my thought of the day on 4th of July. I'm visiting Palm Springs. And, you know, when you think of 4th of July, Independence Day, you think of all the sacrifice that people have made. And in the modern world, you and I, it's very easy to lose our force of will, character. That's why so many people struggle with procrastination. I was reading a story of World War II where there was a general, a famous general. He wasn't yet a general, he was just a soldier. And he was on a boat. They were invading Italy. And it was the largest armada in the world, in history of the world. Like 10,000 boats or something were going on the Allied forces. And as they were on this boat, their instructions were to go like a mile from the border of Italy. And they thought they had tricked Hitler. So they had done all this counterintelligence to make Hitler think they were invading a different area. But when the boats got within 1 mile of the intended target, Hitler's generals had actually figured it out, and they were ready with all these artillery fire. So they started shooting at the Allied and American ships. And one of the captains of the boat got so scared that he turned the boat around and went back out to sea to get away. And this man who has become general was on the boat, and he walked up to the captain of the boat and he said, "Why are you turning around?" And the guy said, "Well, we're gonna get shot." And the American soldier took out his gun and put it to his own captain's head and said, "Our duty is to go 1 mile from the coast. Either you do it or I'm gonna do it." And so, sure enough, they did. So he had to put a gun to the head of his own superior officer, because the superior officer didn't have the force of will to do what he had to do. And I think in the modern world, we're not presented with as much life and death stuff like 4th of July. And 4th of July, you know, I'm thankful for all those people who have put their life on the line or died throughout history. Revolutionary War, Civil War, War of 1812, World War I, II, you know, all Vietnam, and now in all the modern day stuff we're in Iraq and stuff. And most people, though, are just civilians and never get that life or death. But if you think about your life, you know, it is kind of life and death. Every day you know the stuff that you should do, and you got to have a force of will to push through the procrastination. You got to have the force of will when it's not life or death to do whatever your duty is. For some people, it's, you know, raise your family. For other people, it's study. For other people, it's, you know, if you know you're overweight, you got to have the force of will to be able to go in the gym. You know, it could be simple things like that. You know, I would talk about reading a lot. A lot of people can't read because they know they should, but they can't get the force of will mustered up. And so on 4th of July, I think it's a good time to reflect on not only all the sacrifices other people have done, been thankful for that, but also to think about your own life, where the areas that you gotta just suck it up and be tougher, you know, and not be so soft. If you're not careful, the modern world will make you very, very soft. We have conveniences. Everything works out for us, you know, for the most part, in terms of there's a support system behind us. You're probably not going to starve to death. You're probably not going to get shot at. You're probably not going to be completely destitute. But you're going to have to dig deep within and just start doing, you know, you can make a simple list. Challenge you today, you know, make a simple list, either written or mental, of 3 things you know you should do, but you've been putting off, and just start on them. And I think the way to do it is micro goals. If you know you're supposed to go to the gym and you've been putting it off, you know, just do 5 push-ups or something like that. If you know you should read. If you know you should spend more time with your family, just spend 20 minutes with one of your kids or something like that. So that's my thought of the day. Leave a comment below on what area you got to improve your force of will, and I hope you have a great 4th of July. And yeah, thought of the day. Leave your comment. Talk to you soon.